Today I'm going to be covering very quickly the current state of the XRP and the Dogecoin. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to XRP. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, XRP USD. Alright, so I'm going to pull up the 1-day chart. We're currently looking at the 1-hour chart, but we'll take a look back at the 1 hour in just a short moment. Just want to show you guys something here. So for the last couple of days, it's pretty obvious we've been pulling back, not too hard, but we have definitely been pulling back quite a bit. But in relative to the bullish side was definitely a lot more aggressive than the bearish side. So with that said, if you can see here, we pulled down to the $1 mark, pulled right through it. Yeah, came down to the 91,274s, then bounced right back up, and we're currently at 106,085s. And by the looks of it, we will be trading back and forth within this channel for the next couple of hours and potentially for the next couple of days if the market doesn't continue to sell off, which I'm having my doubts at this point that it won't sell off. And if it does sell off, I just want to point out that there is a good chance we're going to come down to this 65.43.4 level. So if you have never traded crypto before, which I'm assuming that the large majority of you have never traded cryptocurrency before, in a situation like this, depending on the broker that you are with, if you're with Coinbase, if you are with Uphold, or any of the current Coinbase, any of the current cryptocurrency exchanges that are allowing for Americans to trade cryptocurrency such as XRP and Dogecoin, one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that a lot of those brokerage firms do not allow for you to place in contingency orders that allow for you to have your order executed if the order meets the required price that you set in. So if in this case, if you were to set in a buy order, a specific contingency order would be to set up the order if the market trades below 65.434 anytime throughout the day, buy X amount of coins at whatever the market price is when the market is trading below this level, 65.434. So with that said, that's a contingency order. Unfortunately, as far as things go, a lot of these brokerage firms that are allowing for Americans to trade cryptocurrencies at this time, one of the things that they are currently working with alongside with their investors is they're essentially allowing for investors to use only market orders and limit orders. Limit orders are somewhat similar to the the contingency order, but it varies from broker to broker. I personally have never used a limit order with Coinbase or Uphold. I don't think Uphold has any limit orders, by the way. I think for the most part it's all market orders. But limit orders, it can be very, very tricky to work with. Very often, if you place in a limit order to be triggered at a specified price, more often than not will not get triggered, and the market will just run away without you. So if you can find yourself a broker that has contingency orders, by all means use them. But if you're looking to trade XRP and Dogecoin at this time, you have to make sure that the cryptocurrency is also trading that specific cryptocurrency that you're looking to trade. So with that said, I rambled off just a little bit there. Now I want to go back to XRP, and I just wanted to show you guys how I'm going to be trading this market. So I've been trading for the last 10 years. I've been trading since 2011 to be more specific, And one of the things that I learned along the way that I hope you guys pick up along the way as well is that when it comes to trading, what you want to do is you want to set up orders that trigger when a specific price is met, just like the contingency order. And that's exactly what I set up right here. You see 16,267 coins will be triggered when this market trades above this wick, which is the high of this candle right here. When the market trades above that, the high of that candle, and then crosses this specific price, this blue line right here, which is 122,897s. If the market trades exactly at that price or just a little bit above that price, I will automatically get filled. So that's how I trade this market. That's how I trade. That's how every swing trader or day trader trades the market, essentially, every single day. So that goes to show you that this is one of the very common techniques that a lot of traders use to, catch a market, so to speak, before it takes off. So one of the things that I wanted to explain to you guys is one of the reasons why I set this contingency order specifically right above that candle is because recently, and what I mean by what I'm trying to say by recently is that a couple of hours ago, this market traded from 115,603 all the way down to 91,396. And after touching that, after crossing that $1 mark, we shot right through it, bounced right back up, and crossed that line again, which means that this market, if we take a look at the 1 hour chart, this market is going to be trading sideways for the next couple of hours. It's going to be trading back and forth within this range. That does not mean that it will happen 100%, but more often than not, markets tend to bounce back and forth within a channel after they cross a support line, and then they fail to continue crashing, so to speak. So this market is definitely going to be bouncing back and forth, maybe come down through this blue line, then bounce right back up, come back up here, and then do a little bit of this, and then hopefully cross that blue line and then start rallying all over again. That said, one of the things that I wanted to point out when it comes to trading a situation like this, you do not want to go all in this market. What you want to do in a situation like this is very simple. All you have to do is put in a small amount of risk when the market is trading within this range. You don't want to go all in. You put in a small portion, and if the market starts trading higher, if it trades more specifically above this line, you want to put in more money. And when you do something like that, there's a good chance that a lot of people that are keeping a very, very strong eye on this market are going to be doing the same thing. And when that happens, this market will start rallying all over again. And good chance that this market will start rallying past this level up here, which is 96,932s. And once it crosses that 96,932s, we're going to be crossing the $2 mark. And if we cross the $2 mark, well, all hands on deck. This thing is going to skyrocket. Hopefully it's going to go to the moon. But we have yet to wait and hear from the SEC, and we have yet to see who wins the case between the SEC and Ripple SEC versus Ripple case, which is another topic that I'm going to go into in just a couple of moments. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and jump into Dogecoin. Dogecoin is another cryptocurrency that has recently taken off, close to the moon, but no cigar. No pun intended, but what I'm trying to say is that this is another interesting cryptocurrency that caught a lot of people's attention, and for very good reason. A lot of it has to do with Elon Musk. For those of you that don't follow Elon Musk will tweet from time to time some really interesting topics on his Twitter account, and it just so happened that recently, and when I say recently, I mean a couple weeks ago, he was talking about Dogecoin. He said something about Dogecoin going to the moon, and at that time period, it was somewhere around here when he said Dogecoin was going to go to the moon. At that time, nobody was paying any attention whatsoever to Dogecoin. Only a small number of people were debating whether to even jump into the trade or not, because weeks before that, Elon Musk had already tweeted about Dogecoin going to the moon. That was back here, exactly at this white candle over here. That's when he said, Dogecoin to the moon, and then it just started rallying. It went from 0.007 cents all the way up to 7 cents. So essentially a 100% return on that trade. And then it just came back down just a little bit, then rallied up again, then came back down, and then it just traded sideways for a couple of days. Actually, to be more specific, a couple of months, until he retweeted somewhere back here around the 17th or the 14th. And again, nobody wanted to get in on the market because after Elon Musk tweeted, the market did not take off. And it took a while for a lot of investors to make up their mind whether they wanted to jump in or not. At that time period, I got in on this market after I told one of my friends that there was a good chance that this coin was going to take off, even though it had not taken off when Elon Musk had tweeted about it. So I told him, hey, this thing's gonna pick up some steam. Don't worry, it will take off. It'll just take a couple of days before people start realizing that, crypto is well on its way to the fucking moon. So that's exactly what happened. Well, I jumped in, I told my friend, he jumped in, and then I told another friend that was also interested in wanting to get some signals from me about when to jump in. And I told him, I was like, dude, this thing has not taken off yet, but there's a very good chance that it will start picking up steam once people come to realize, that Elon Musk had been talking about Dogecoin as a joke. It's going to go to the moon. And lo and behold, it slowly started picking up steam. It went, one day at a time, it started picking up a penny at a day. And then, boom, it went all the way to 44 cents. Luckily for me, I sold at 41, 42, so very close to the top. And then after that, I bought somewhere down here and then sold somewhere up here. So again, doubling my profits. Now, that said, these types of bull runs don't last very long. As you can see, this was a huge spike, and now the bears are starting to kick back in, and they're coming in pretty hard. And as you can see, sometime throughout the day today, the bears came in and almost touched this 15 cent level. And after coming very close to this 15 cent level, it bounced right back up. So this is one of the things that happens with a lot of markets. Whenever a market comes very, very close to an even number, and when a market comes very close to retracing back 50% of the initial wave, markets have a tendency of testing that one very specific level, especially when it's an even number like 15 cents. In this case, the market was not able to break through the 15 cent support level, and as a result, buyers kicked in and drove the price straight back up, forming a nice shooting star candle. So let me go into the 1 hour chart just to show you what might take place later on throughout the night. So as you can see, you have this large shooting star candle right here. It's a very strong bullish signal that the bulls are going to be coming back into Dogecoin, but for how long, it's very hard to determine at this time, just simply because the bears kicked in pretty hard throughout the week. And one of the things that I can say, just like I mentioned earlier with XRP, this market will be trading sideways within this channel right here. I do have one order set up right here. and this is a contingency order. Now if I go back to the 1 day time frame, it's not the same. Okay, I need to go back to the 1 hour. I have a contingency order that it's very specific. It explains to the broker, you know, if we trade above the 33,909.012 level by 58,981. But that said, just putting this out, guys, this is not a real trade. This is a paper trade, meaning it's a simulation, just to show you guys what it really looks like. I would never show you my actual entries and my actual position size. So I'm just putting that out there. This is just an example to show you guys how trades work in real life. This is how swing trading works, and this is how day trading works. You wait for the market to settle in, or should I say settle out, for so that I can get an idea of what the market might do next. And right now what I'm doing is I'm waiting out for the market. I'm waiting out to see what the market will say it will do next. Whether the bulls are going to kick in or whether the bears are going to kick in, I'll have an idea of whether I should take some form of action or not. Now that said, I'm going to head on over to Reddit because I want to show you something that I've been coming across for the last couple of days. And oh no, XRP news. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to show you guys today about XRP is, as most of you already know, any of you that have been trading XRP should already know that Ripple is facing a lawsuit against the SEC. They got sued by the SEC, but for the last couple of weeks, one of the things that we've been noticing is that SEC has actually looked quite bad in front of the court, or should I say in front of the judges, because they have failed to provide evidence to support their claim that XRP had been traded like a security by Ripple. And one of the things that I came across while doing my research about the topic is that a lot of people are definitely on the side of Ripple. A lot of cryptocurrency journalists are on the side of Ripple. A lot of pump and dump schemers are on the side of Ripple. A lot of investors are on the side of Ripple. And a lot of people that use Ripple as a everyday currency are on the side of Ripple, simply because it's in their best interest to do so. And as a result, everybody just is looking down on the SEC as some kind of a crooked government agency that is out to destroy investors, even though their purpose for even existing in the government is to protect investors. And one of the things that people keep saying is that the SEC is failing to do just that. So with that said, one of the things that I noticed in the last couple of weeks from all of the people that I just mentioned is that there is a lot of bias going on around on the internet. Everybody is on the side of Ripple, but nobody is playing devil's advocate to actually see where the SEC is coming from. Everybody is just saying, hey, well, you know, the SEC has been corrupt for the last couple of years, which, by the way, I want to point out that I definitely understand that where they're coming from when they say that. But one of the things that I recently thought about when it came to this case is that there may be some actual truth to what the SEC is trying to put out there. It's the only problem is that the SEC cannot come out and say it out to the public, because if the SEC were to reveal what they know about Ripple, then yeah, the price of Ripple will collapse, which will cause a lot of investors to suffer the consequences. Not to say that they aren't suffering the consequences right now because of the sell-off, but one of the things that I would say is that if the SEC were to come out and say that, you know, they know something about XRP, or should I say they know something about Ripple, then yeah, if the price collapses, it would be the SEC's responsibility for putting a lot of investors out of business. That said, one of the things that I came across recently was that there, again, going back to the SEC, there may be some fact to what they are trying to claim about what Ripple is trying to do with XRP. So the big issue in this case is that Ripple may have been using XRP as a security to raise funds for Ripple. And some people argue that that's not a big deal because, you know, they own XRP, so they have every right to do whatever they want, which I will say is true. They do have every right to do whatever it is that they want with XRP, but there is a problem with that in the sense that everyone knows that cryptocurrency is a decentralized currency. No matter what cryptocurrency you're trading, whether it be Dogecoin, Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano, what have you, all cryptocurrencies are decentralized. However, the big issue, and this is the big mystery question that everybody is asking themselves at this time, is how much of a stake does Ripple have in XRP? Is it greater than 50%? Because if that's the case, then yeah, that is a huge problem. That is a huge deal, because if they own more than 50% of XRP, then that means that XRP is not decentralized, and that means that Ripple is making false claims on their website. So if that is the case, then yes, by all means, the SEC has to step in and has to do something about it in order to protect investors from whatever it is that Ripple is trying to do to its investors. So that's my side of things in this case. That's my argument for, you know, being a devil's advocate at this time. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you is that, again, if any of you know, actually, this is not really something I wanted to share with you guys. What I wanted to do was ask you guys a question. Do any of you know exactly how much of XRP Ripple owns at this time? Is it more than 50%? Is it more than 40%? And now the other big question that we have to ask ourselves is that if they do have, let's say if the CEO and the CFO of Ripple do in fact have more than 50% of XRP in a crypto wallet, what kind of crypto wallet is it? Is it a private personal crypto wallet, or is it a corporate crypto wallet? Two big differences right there, because if it's a private crypto wallet, then there is no problem there. They can do whatever they want with XRP. They can sell it, they can use it for everyday use or whatever it is that they plan on using it for. But the issue then becomes if they have 50% of the stake in a corporate crypto wallet, because that means that yeah, the company in of itself controls the money flow, so to speak, which is XRP. And it's definitely something to think about. I know that a lot of you may actually disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. If you do agree with me, then leave it in the comments. I would like to know what your thoughts and opinions are on this topic, because I know that there's a lot of rumors going on around. There are a lot of news reports that are still trying very hard to pump up the price of XRP. They're trying to create a lot of hype right now, trying to promote a lot of positive news about the future of XRP in hopes that they can pump up the price of XRP. But it's just not happening. Nobody's really buying any of it right now, especially the people that have been trading for many, many years. So that's it for today, guys, and I will talk to you.